Let me wake up for a half
Slap
second.
yourself in the face a little bit.
Yeah.
Remember when you, energy. Morning.
Morning. Morning, morning, morning. Ugh.
Let's do it. Nice parking job, Cullen.
We're here just outside of Ames, looking at our first plot of the day. Little dew on the corn, but besides that, it's going to be a fairly good location for what I've seen out and around here. And then we've got two more locations after this, and then we're on our way home. So we'll go ahead and get started. Stop here for the time being. This is where we are. We're only halfway through the field and we gotta get over there.
Well, where does it open up?
At the other end of the field?
No.
So, but with that, let's go ahead and head in.
Okay.
Good luck. So, let's walk up this way. Oh yeah, it's these four. We're here! Yeah, we found it.
Cool.
Okay, actually better health here. Fire replacement. This one right here needs maybe a little more health. Needs to be a little girthier than what I'm seeing. Maybe it got hit at the wrong time with pollinations. Maybe we had a lot of stress, so you're not going to get as much grain fill. I'm noticing that these ears are kind of dinking up a little bit. But overall, I think it's a pretty good line. If you look to the top of these plants, you see all these leaves are all tattered. Here we got definitely a lot more wind and storms than in previous locations. There might even have been some hail in here from some of the things that I was seeing around this location as well. Yeah, those are the little notes to kind of pay attention to when walking a plot. Some of those things that you don't really factor in until after the data comes in. You say, okay, well, it was 5 bushels lower in this location, well, why? So when you're walking the plot, making those little notes like that, saying, well, we probably got some wind here that tore up some leaves. Probably didn't get as much photosynthetic abilities from the leaves. So little things like that makes the data be more meaningful later on in the year. So far, it's actually a pretty good location. We're a little on the early side, what I'm seeing here. What I'm mainly here looking for now is early season disease, ear placement, and how the plant looks overall for row shadings and things like that. You know, not going to be able to figure out yield just yet. Probably have to wait another 2 weeks if I wanted to come back. But at least I know where the plot is now. So we just got to find the truck. That's the main problem we have now. Okie doke. Yeah, this way. We're just going to walk straight out and see where we end up.
Okay.
We just got done at the Ames location, came down here about 15 miles south of Slater. We got another location here. I'm hoping here is going to be a little bit more of a yield location than at the other location where it was more about stress tolerance. So we'll head on this way and we'll go ahead and get in the corn. We need to be here, but that way 30 more plots. So let's head this way. We're here. Got About 15 plots total to walk, and we're out of here and moving on to Rhinebeck. So long ears. This is definitely what I thought it was. Maybe a location that's got a little more yield to it. And actually I think it might have been planted just a hair before the other one over there, by looking at the plants, but you can actually see that we have a little more yield here. It might have not had as much stress or had as much wind as the other one if we looked at the leaves as well. So pretty healthy location, and I think we'll get some really good data out of this place. Yeah, so this one's a new one. First made up the cross last year in the nursery. It's got really good structure all around. The ear is great, has really good girth, really flexy, really long. You're getting a bonus here down here too that's going to add to some grain yield there. Has really soft kernels too, has really good leaf structure as well, and you're going to get a pretty solid, healthy leaf out of this at least. So I'm really happy with this here. I think this is home here in Iowa. Okay, that's a wrap. On to Rhinebeck.
Your location, sir?
So we are now in Rhinebeck. It's just south of Waterloo by about, probably about 30 minutes. But have the same stuff here as we have in Slater and as in Ames as well. But what I'm seeing from even walking in the plot, that's going to be a high yield location. Probably going to have some good disease notes through here. And then also we're seeing a lot of weeds in here as well. So that might give some stress. But overall, the corn through here looks really good. So let's take some notes and then let's get on home. So this one here has pretty good ear heights. So I'm going to say a medium ear height placement. It's about what we want to see, if not a low ear placement. Got some pretty good sized leaves here. If you can see this, I mean, shoot, that's going to be as wide as my arm there, that full leaf. So that's got really good row shading. Maybe needs a little bit more health, but it has a nice ear. As you can see here, this is a really nice, girthy, long ear, and a flex ear position. When the ears, or when the plants are on the outside edge of the plot, they flex out a little more because they have a little more energy, a little more light, have a little more nutrients in the soil, a little more water it can use. So when I start looking for flexiness, I look at these ears first, and then I look down in the row to see how everything's staying in a higher pop situation. So overall, this is actually a really good plot here. I think this is probably one of the best locations for this hybrid itself thus far. So we're not going to win every time, but this is why we call these things out now instead of getting them down the line and seeing, you know, things that are root lodging, things that have high or stock lodging, and things that have high ear placement and husk cover problems. We're going to fix that before we even bring it into a bag or even put it into the silage testing too. So this is why we have this here, so we can see stuff like this kind of pull out, and then we can work on it back in the nursery. 1, 2. So when I was saying with 6153 and the Starch Plus line competing, this one's going to compete as well. This is one that I made up in the nursery last year and just want to try it out. But if you look down in that row, just look at all those leaves, those nice thick leaves. You're getting a lot of good row shading in there. You know, he's having a little bit of stock lodge in there. I think that's probably from a factor of it having such wide leaves. But man, this is a nice line. I'm ready to rock and roll with this one as soon as I can. And that's the way you want to end a plot right there. Looking at the best stuff. And the best stuff that's your stuff too. So I'm pretty happy. Yeah, so out of the 3 locations, I still think that Slater's probably one of the better locations we've had. But overall, really great trip to Iowa. Glad we came out, got to see a little bit. Now know a little bit more. I'll go back to the nursery and make some adjustments, make some developments, but it's time to make that long trek home.